Kinsey royal expert Richard Fitzwilliams is speaking about Meghan Markle struggling to convince A-lister talent to appear on her cooking show.
Oh my gosh, I work so hard and I'm still working hard. And I've always been a hard worker. I'm going to live my life really authentically, make choices authentically.
Put pen to paper and I wrote a letter.
Put pen to paper and wrote a letter about it. So Larry, I wrote a letter.
People are so over her.
If you don't like her, it's not your fault. It's because she's extremely unlikable.
I'm okay with that. But you're the same.
You're the same.
Like, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But I'm the same.
I want to tell you a story. When I was just 11 years old, this commercial, women all over America are fighting greasy pots and pans. It just wasn't right and something needed to be done. Put pen to paper and I wrote a letter.
Put pen to paper and wrote a letter about it. So Larry, I wrote a letter.
Put pen to paper and I wrote a letter. Changed the commercial from women all over America to people all over America.
It sucks. Are you joking? It's bad. It's terrible. It's stupid.
Meghan Markle, you're lazy.
She can't even act like herself.
She's such a phony.
Do not trust this woman. You should not trust Meghan
Markle. Sounds so artificial.
This is all a stage. You know, this is all just Meghan Markle's stage.
I'm going to live my life really authentically, make choices authentically. My authentic self.
There's nothing authentic there.
You're never going to convince anyone that you're authentic.
So Hollywood has officially ghosted Meghan Markle, the same woman who once bragged about being besties with Oprah, basked in the glow of George Clooney at her royal wedding, and posed like she was auditioning for her own statue at Madame Tussauds, but can't even convince a C-list comedian to show up to her cooking show.
I mean, this lineup is really unacceptable when you consider the fact that Meghan is allegedly still signed to one of Hollywood's top talent agencies, William Morris Endeavor. Why can't her agents call in some favors to some of their other clients?
Think about that for a second. Meghan Markle, still allegedly signed to one of Hollywood's most powerful agencies, William Morris Endeavor, the same people who manage the biggest names in the industry, can't get anyone to stand beside her on Netflix. And if you're wondering why, buckle up. Because this isn't just about bad casting. This is about a total collapse of credibility, a smear campaign gone wrong, and the Hollywood takedown of Meghan and Harry. Meghan Markle once stood at Windsor Castle as millions cheered. The cameras worshipped her, and the press framed her as the future of a modern monarchy. And now, she's struggling to book guests on a Netflix cooking show, begging her agents to call in favors while Hollywood execs roll their eyes and move on. That isn't just a career slump, that's a spectacular fall from grace.
The reason King Charles is reluctant to bring Harry back into the fold is because, and I quote here, the prince is a selfish brat with a pushy wife and he can't be trusted. Harsh, Kinsey, but I would say fair.
And that really Meghan is so money motivated that they're more of a liability to the royal family than an asset.
Meghan Markle thought she could waltz into Hollywood, sprinkle some royal dust, and become the queen of streaming. Instead, she's become a punchline. No A-list celebrities on her show, no big partnerships, no genuine friendships left in LA. Just two ex-royals burning bridges faster than they can build them, living off past headlines while Hollywood moves on without them. Royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams just said it out loud. Meghan is simply not popular in Hollywood.
Kinsey royal expert Richard Fitzwilliams is speaking about Meghan Markle struggling to convince A-lister talent to appear on her cooking show.
That's not a royal hater talking. That's Hollywood reality. Let's rewind to 2018, Meghan Markle's wedding to Prince Harry. The guest list looked like the Grammys, the Oscars, and the Met Gala rolled into one. Oprah, Elton John, Serena Williams, the Clooneys. It was a flex. Meghan was signaling, I'm not just marrying a prince, I'm merging with the A-listers too. Fast forward to now, where are they? Where's Oprah? Silent. Where's Serena? Posting about tennis, not Meghan. Where's George Clooney? Probably sipping tequila on Lake Como, praying his name never trends next to Sussex. Here's the thing. Meghan's wedding guest list wasn't friendship. It was branding. A one-day PR stunt.
And then Oprah Winfrey had met them once. She was a guest. The Clooneys, you know, the guests. I mean, never met them before, but they were the guests. And, you know, I thought to myself, you know, this is all showbiz rubbish, you know.
Did you get a sense then that they wanted out, that they wanted a California life, that they wanted showbiz, that they weren't interested? If they weren't interested in making people feel welcome at the wedding.
And now, when she actually needs those friends to help her career, they're nowhere to be found. The cold shoulder isn't subtle, it's deliberate. But that wasn't the whole story. Despite being represented by WME, an agency that could make a random TikTok dancer co-star with Meryl Streep if they wanted to, Meghan can't get a single top-tier celebrity to sign on to her cooking show. And that's when you know the rot has set in. Because if WME can't sell you, if they can't get one favor from their army of clients, that's like having Beyoncé's hairstylist, Adele's vocal coach, and Tom Cruise's stunt double on speed dial. And none of them are picking up your call.
Even though the list of Meghan's so-called friends who attended her wedding to Prince Harry, well, that was quite extensive and amazing. So why have these A-listers gone cold on Meghan?
She's not a very popular character.
And the excuse isn't that Meghan's busy being a mother. It's that Hollywood doesn't want her stink on them. She's radioactive. Here's where it gets hilarious. Meghan thought a cooking show would rebrand her. Soft, relatable, fun, except nobody actually thinks Meghan Markle is fun. Producers say she desperately needed someone like Chelsea Handler or Nikki Glaser, comedians who roast themselves, make everything awkward but hilarious, and disarm the audience. Kristen Bell could have walked in, spilled some flour, laughed about it, and suddenly the show might have had charm.
I think for this particular show, to rebrand herself, she's missing somebody like Nikki Glaser or Whitney Cummings or Chelsea Handler to poke fun at her and make her seem less overbearing and boring. Someone maybe silly and self-deprecating like Kristen Bell. But her lack of star power really reflects the lack of general interest for her here in LA.
But Meghan? Oh no. Meghan is the one who can't even let someone joke about her last name without pouting. She's so self-important, she'd probably demand the tomatoes be arranged in alphabetical order before filming. And let's be honest, Meghan Markle letting Chelsea Handler roast her? That's like King Charles doing TikTok dances. It's never happening. Let's not forget Meghan correcting Mindy Kaling on camera, because Mindy casually called her Meghan Markle. Meghan puffed up and said, "Actually, that's not my surname anymore. You know I'm Sussex now."
I don't think anyone in the world knows that Meghan Markle has eaten Jack in the Box and loves it.
It's so funny, too, that you keep saying Meghan Markle. You know I'm Sussex now.
Girl, please. You're not Beyoncé. You don't get a one-name pass. And Meghan has none of those. Zero. Zilch. She's a duchess without a kingdom and an actress without a career. And that makes her arrogance unbearable to actual celebrities who earned their place on the A-list. But wait until you hear how Hollywood really sees her now. In LA, clout is currency. You attach yourself to winners. And what do Meghan and Harry represent now? Losing, inconsistency, and drama.
She does. You know, I think that when it comes to LA talent, you want to be attached to winners. And Harry and Meghan have developed a reputation for being inconsistent, not winning. And like you said, she takes herself so serious.
Think about it. Spotify canceled them. Netflix axed their projects. Archetypes? Gone. Pearl? Gone. Their $20 million podcast contract ended with Meghan's team reportedly producing fewer episodes than a high school radio club.
At Spotify, yes, a huge group of employees lost their jobs, and they were super angry over Harry and Meghan's deal because they felt like it was in part due to Harry and Meghan's deal. But when it comes to Netflix, you know, the theories around holding on to Meghan Markle with season 2 of With Love, Meghan on the Way are that Netflix wants to be the outlet she takes if and when things fall apart with Prince Harry.
Even Meghan's wine brand, As Ever. It turned into a meme. A few bottles sold, refunds demanded, and the internet called it rosé with a side of desperation. So why would A-listers sign up to play background extras in the Meghan Markle vanity project? It's career-crushing. Imagine trying to promote your new Marvel movie while also appearing on Meghan's cooking show. It's basically career self-sabotage, like joining a sinking cruise ship and bragging about the view.
What am I going to do with this stupid wine? I don't know. Let alone the other two. So annoying. Okay, so we'll put a little bit of stopper in here. It might taste better chilled, but we don't have time for that. So I can see where maybe a little bit of the acidity kicks in. Honestly, it doesn't have much flavor. It's just kind of meh. I would call it meh.
And here's where it gets brutal. Meghan's old friends aren't just busy. They're avoiding her. Serena Williams, silent. Oprah, distancing herself. Tyler Perry, the man who gave Meghan his house during her royal escape, now too busy running $1 billion studio to take her calls. Hollywood insiders say Meghan's reputation has shifted from inspiring duchess to career liability. She's not a star, she's a storm cloud. And Harry doesn't help. The man who once carried the legacy of Diana, now looks like a side character in Meghan's reality show.
She goes on to basically call Prince Harry a loser, saying he's lost. What would he do? What would he bring back to the British royal family? Again, how could he contribute to society if he was brought back into the fold? And that really Meghan is so money motivated that they're more of a liability to the royal family than an asset.
Well, it's a good point, but we're hearing a great deal about the senior aides for the Prince and the King meeting, setting down the groundwork for this family reunion. What's happening there? Is it likely to happen this year?
It could happen in September during the Well Child Awards, a quick meet and greet with King Charles and Prince Harry, depending on the King's schedule. But I also think that somebody leaked this story, and I don't see the value in it. And I talked to Tom Bauer about it too. I don't see the value in the King leaking this story. Despite the Sussexes saying they didn't leak the story, I do believe the Sussexes leaked the story, which goes to prove that they can't be trusted. So why would the King risk anything by meeting with Harry and Meghan and have Harry and Meghan or their friends discuss what happened at that meeting?
Almost defies belief. Surely Harry and Meghan know by now that their incessant leaking, their twisting of these family dynamics for content, for their different media outlets, whether it's podcasts or their little documentary series, reality show, or their Harry's book. Surely they've realised by now that is a major grievance for the royals and that it has to stop if there's to be any reconciliation. Why would they continue to leak when they know it's the biggest hurdle, perhaps, to father and son coming together again?
And here's the punchline. Meghan Markle's brand is no longer a golden ticket. It's a warning label. Enter at your own risk. And here's the thought you should sit with. If Meghan Markle can't even convince her so-called friends who smiled for cameras at her wedding to stand beside her now, what does that say about the future of her empire? Because once Hollywood slams the door, there's no coming back. And if the industry is truly done with Meghan and Harry, the only card left for them to play might be the one thing they claim to hate the most, crawling back to the royal family they betrayed. But that's a story for another day. At the end of the day, Meghan and Harry are learning the oldest truth in Hollywood. You can't PR spin your way into genuine star power. You can buy stylists, agents, and publicists, but you can't buy charisma. You can rent a mansion in Montecito, but you can't rent respect. And right now, respect is the one currency they don't have.
I think that they are so short-sighted. And, Bethany Frankel once said, Meghan Markle plays checkers and not chess. I think they're always in it for the instant gratification. And specifically with the leaking, I wondered over the last few weeks if it was because we saw the Wales family having such incredible coverage.
Harry isn't helping either. The man who once carried the emotional weight of Diana's legacy has been reduced to sidekick status. Instead of being a respected royal figure, he's the +1 and Meghan's never-ending PR experiment. The tragic part? Harry had global goodwill. People rooted for him. But now his reputation sinks every time he doubles down on Meghan's Hollywood hustle. So what's left for Meghan and Harry? Their royal titles are in limbo. Their Hollywood ventures are collapsing, and their brand of victimhood has lost its novelty. They've burned bridges with the palace, exhausted their credibility in the press, and now alienated the very industry that was supposed to make them untouchable. Which leaves one chilling possibility. The only way forward is backward. Back to the institution they spent years attacking. Back to the monarchy they branded as cruel and outdated. Back to the very system they swore they escaped. And if that happens, it won't be a victory. It'll be an admission of failure. The ultimate proof that without crowns or cameras, Meghan and Harry are nothing more than a cautionary tale of entitlement, ego, and wasted opportunity. What do you think? Is Meghan Markle's Hollywood career officially over? Or is she going to try one last desperate stunt to claw her way back into the spotlight? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to see how many of you think this is the endgame, or just another PR reset. And if you're sick of the mainstream media sugarcoating the Sussex circus, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell, because the stories we cover here are the ones Hollywood and the palace don't want you to hear. And trust me, the next chapter in this saga is going to be even crazier. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed my content, feel free to check out some of my other videos on the top of the screen. Until next time, stay tuned, stay safe, and stay informed. only on Tea Time with Tina.